In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Jango Fett for the Black Series 6-inch collection. So he's had two releases of the same exact action figure over the years. The first one, which is right here, was released in 2016. I actually got him probably earlier than most people ever did. I ended up getting him in March of 2016, and I ended up paying a little bit more for it just to get it a little bit early. I think I paid $30 for him at the time. And this was still during the time when Black Series action figures were around $20. And then, what was it, maybe 2020 is when we got this re-release of him in the Gaming Greats line. And he was under the banner for Star Wars Bounty Hunter. And it's just a slight update to him, a little bit of a different paint job, the photoreal face, and then he does have his extra jetpack. So it's a nice way to round out Jango Fett. He pretty much has all the accessories he'll need. Would have been nice to have some flame effects, something for his gauntlets, maybe the poncho, things like that. But with the Black Series, it's easier to make customs, things like that. And I have no doubt that people have made things like that, or borrowed from existing action figures. Similar to what we're going to have to do with the Deluxe Jango Fett that I reviewed previously for the Vintage Collection. Probably borrow a lot of parts from previous action figures. But I'm very happy with these two. I do think Hasbro could improve a couple things. Mainly in the helmet. The helmet shape is not 100% there. It's not bad, but it could be a little bit better. Something about this shape is a little bit off. He does not have the movable rangefinder, which is kind of disappointing. Other than that, I mean, those are probably the big things. We'll just go ahead and take a closer look at each one first. We'll start with the original here. So this particular Jango Fett is more on his appearance from Geonosis, I guess. And that's because he has his later jetpack. And he ends up acquiring this in the video game Star Wars Bounty Hunter during the first mission. Ends up threatening the merchant for it. And he does have a lot more weathering on him. This one's definitely much more cleaner. And the purple is much more lighter on his jumpsuit underneath. Wow, this one's almost bluish, I guess. I think that's one of those debates with Jango Fett, similar to like Hoth Han Solo. Does Jango Fett wear purple, or is he more of a blue? I guess it just depends on the reflection of the light on him. And maybe on Geonosis, since it's typically very sunny, ends up looking blue, I guess. But the sculpting work is excellent. Just need a little bit better sculpting work on the helmet, I think. They both do have a removable helmet. So this first attempt at him is pretty good. This is during the painted faces still. I think that looks pretty good. Definitely looks like Tamora Morrison. And then Hasbro did do the photoreal with this re-release. And this one looks pretty good too. I would say the photoreal is an improvement. But the old painted face is not too bad either. See how they look side by side here. Not sure if this new one with the photoreal is a resculpt or not. It's hard to tell. I'm leaning towards it's not. And like I mentioned, you have the two different styles of jetpacks. And of course, they will work with one another if you wanted to swap. I'm glad Hasbro did take note of that. Fine details like that are what make action figure collecting great. You really gotta give credit a lot of Hasbro, give a lot of credit to Hasbro for actually noting that detail. Like, hey, we should give Jango his other jetpack. Helmets do fit on each head pretty good. Not loose and not too difficult to put on. In terms of his articulation, he is super articulated all around. He does have the hinge at the neck there, or the double joint basically. The top of the head there, and then he does have the hinge at the base of the neck. He does have the hinged shoulders, and the armor does go inside his torso there, which is nice. Gives a little more mobility. Hinged elbows. They don't go quite to 90 degrees, so you can see that's about the most they can do. That's because of the gauntlets there. He does have hinged wrists, joint at the torso, hinged hips, swivel thigh, and then double hinge at the knees. And thankfully the pins are kind of hidden, especially this top one here because of his holsters. And then he does have the rocker ankles. He does have the dent in his helmet there. That's from Geonosis, I think. Both action figures have that. In terms of his weapons and accessories, I guess if you count the jetpacks, and they're both removable. Then his blasters here. I'm not sure if we'll do both sides here. They look about the same. Maybe this top one's a little bit lighter for the grip there. But really no differences. And as you can see, they do fit well in his holsters. At least with this, that one there. Try with this one real quick. Yeah. Not too bad. You can get them in a drawing pose. And I will go ahead and swap out the jetpacks real quick. Just see how they look. It's been a while since I've taken those out, so a little tight. Yeah. So if you have both versions, this is an option for you. It's great. But I think I'm going to keep them the way it was. Since this one has more of the weathering, I'm going to assume that's more for Geonosis. And this is a jetpack he used on Geonosis. Oh, another articulated point is he does have that swivel at the bicep there. And he does have the wirings. You can take them out. That's not broken at all. It's just if you want to articulate his arm more, you'll have to pop those out. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can show with the Black Series Jango Fett here. Very nice action figures, happy to own them both. The Bounty Hunter one from the Gaming Greats line, that one I don't think got a lot of circulation, and I'm pretty sure this was released in like July of 2020, somewhere around there. So he probably didn't get a lot of availability, and I think the prices on him were kind of expensive even at that time. I would have to go back and check exactly what it is now, but I imagine they are pretty astronomical. So I think the original release is a little bit cheaper, but even now I don't think that one's the cheapest action figure going around. So I think Jango Fett could use another re-release in the Black Series at some point. Whichever one they release, I don't know. I doubt Hasbro would actually include both jetpacks, so that is what it is. But they're very nice action figures. I'm happy to own them both. They've been in my collection for a while, especially this one here. Jango Fett's one of my personal favorite characters for all Star Wars, so it's essential for me to have these in the collection. Only thing I would want improved is maybe improve the head or the helmet sculpt a little bit, just make it a little bit more accurate. But other than that, it's a solid action figure. But anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for plenty more reviews in the future. There will always be more to come. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I always appreciate all your support. And check out some links in the description if you have not done so already. As always, thanks for watching.